Welcome everyone to Boss Chick Radio. Normally, Boss Chick Radio happens on Boss Chick Dance Workout Instagram Live, but we've been having some technical difficulties. Let's hope that's not continuing on my personal page here. So we're trying Boss Chick Radio out over here on the personal page. Let's see how it goes. If it gets disconnected, Spirit just does not want me talking to y'all today, and we're gonna flow with it. Okay, so this is round 3 happening here. So Boss Chick Radio, we are back after a week off. I took a week off to plan, to prep, to get everything together in my mind of the direction I want to go with Boss Chick Radio for this next series of talks. Happy Women's Month. It is March. Happy almost spring. Happy sun is out, buns are out. Happy better moods. So many things to celebrate with the onset of spring. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But first, I want to give an announcement in case anyone missed it on our page. I am expecting baby number 3 later on this year. So super excited. If in case you've been wondering, some people have been commenting and DMing me like, oh, you're wearing a lot of sweatshirts and bigger shirts, because I guess everyone's so used to me being in little tank tops and bras and crop tops. But that's the reason. Just trying to protect my energy, protect, early stages of pregnancy are so fragile, and just wanted to protect that and be in that space, be one with my body for a little bit before sharing the news. So baby number 3 is on the way to join my 2 others. 4-year-old Rory, that you guys have seen grow up from the beginning. Rory's a boss baby. You guys have seen him on the screen since he was a wee little one, in the crib, in the playpen, while I'm doing my on-demand videos. Then you guys haven't seen too much of Ocean, but I'm going to show you guys some more of Ocean. You probably can hear him in the background. He's very vocal, likes to sing, and he likes to talk when things like this are going on. So mom life, I'm all for it. Go with the flow. And he is 9 months. All right, so baby number 3 coming fall 2024-ish. Super excited. And one thing that's so funny, and then we'll get into everything else we're going to talk about, but I remember being in grad school, and my good friend Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie Java Joshi, she was the first person that I had met in my life. She has kids as well, married with children, and she was the first person I met that planned out her kids, like, ever. Usually all my friends, and this is nothing bad, it's just most of my friends and acquaintances and family members always had like oops babies. And again, this is not judging anyone, but this was just the case. Like, I never, until Stephanie Java, I had never met anyone that was like, oh yeah, we're planning baby number 1, and then a few years later she's like, okay, now we're planning baby number 2, and then number 3, so, and I was just blown away by that, and I was like, that is so beautiful to be in such a space of peace and joy and love that you can plan out your kids, right? And so for me, that was always like goals in my head. So this is not an oops baby. Let me just clarify that. And neither was Ocean. Ocean's not an oops baby either. And it's there, I must say, it's so joyful to be able to create kids on purpose and out of love. And it really is something special. And I realize it's something that people are always shocked by. Was this an accident? And you just had a baby 9 months ago. I'm like, nope, this was on purpose. This was not an accident. This was completely planned. I just really love being a mom, and Lucas loves being a dad. And we love parenting, and we love nurturing our kids, and it's something that I completely fell in love with. Unbeknownst to me, 20-year-old Simone would be like, what? So we would love to have a big family. We'd love to have 3 more. I'm gonna date myself. I'll be 40 in August. So we'll see how it goes. But it really isn't about age so much. We talked a little bit in our last Boss Chick Radio about health and how important that is and what that indicates and what that details, and just how important it is in your life in achieving the things that you want to achieve, right? How important life longevity is, and taking care of your body. But I say all that to say, yes, 3 more. I say all that to say that, I am going to be 40, but we do want 3 more kids. And I believe it's definitely attainable. Definitely something that's possible. I take care of my body very well. It's very important to me, very important aspect of my life. And so we'll see what happens. God willing, we will have 3 more kids. We shall see. All right, so moving on from that. What else is new since we've last spoken? Oh, we had the New York City Mind, Body, Booty Festival. And guys, we talked about it a little bit as leading up to it. It was so much more magical than anything that I could have planned in my head. It was exactly what I hoped for, but way more than that. So for those of you who've not tuned in, who have no idea what I'm talking about, 2 weeks ago in New York, we did our first Twerk Wellness Fest. So it's introducing twerk into the wellness space, collaborating with other more wellness-y healers. So we had a quantum energy healer. Her name is Vanessa Celestin. Mind-blowing session she did. If you're not too familiar with quantum energy healing, please follow her page, My Celestial Life. Check out her work. She posts a lot of freebies on her page that you can just tap into, tune into. And then we had a sensual fluidity class with Stephanie Pena. And that was also so special because in Boss Chick Dance Workout, we are used to moving our bodies quickly to high intensity, heart thumping music. And this was the complete opposite. This was completely slowing down and getting in touch with our divine feminine, learning how to be comfortable touching our body, how to be soft with ourselves. It was magical session. Truly magical. It was challenging for us, for people in the room who were used to twerk cardio and twerk hit, because we're so used to moving fast that we really just had to shift in our minds and move slower. And it was a challenge, but a good challenge. And then I taught my twerk therapy session, which is a new class, as I mentioned before, that I've been working on, about integrating twerk into a somatic sort of practice so that you can release things, emotions, negative energy, tension, anxiety, all the things that we're storing in our hips, that we could release them in the body through 5 fundamental twerk steps that we use in our twerk therapy practice. And then Denny Byam taught a soca class, a soca unwinding class, which was so good. And what else am I missing? And then we had our normal twerk cardio. So we had 5 sessions, 4 hours long, very short breaks in between. And I think we all laughed, cried. All the things happened during this festival. So I'm so excited to bring it to other cities. And it is something that requires a lot of energy, a lot of planning to find the right healers, the right women to collaborate with, to put it together. But seeing it come into fruition in New York City was really inspiring. So I'm hopeful to bring it to Miami next, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I tried to launch it in Boston, but scheduling, space-wise, it didn't end up happening. But I am going to Boston next week. So I'll see you guys, my Bostons, Boss Babes, next Saturday for a regular twerk camp. Okay, so what else? I also, speaking of Denny, so it is Women's Month, and I want to give shout outs to some awesome women in the community doing awesome things. So first, speaking of Denny Byam, she's one of our master trainers for Boss Chick Dance Workout, but she also has a travel business. So if you're looking to travel, and this is on a small scale, a girls group, plan an individual trip, plan a retreat for your business, that's something we're also working on for 2025. So stay tuned, Boss Chick Retreat coming in Ghana. I gave it all away, but we're working on it. But she is excellent for putting together trips. And again, it doesn't have to be a group trip. It could be you just need to get somewhere, you want to go to Europe for a week and have a vacation, you want to go with your partner, you want to go with a group of friends, you want to go with a team. Doesn't matter the size, she is your go-to girl. She can set you up with all the travel accommodations, even give you some insight depending on the city or the country that you're going to, insights on what to do while you're there, and connect you with the right people that you need to be connected with once you're on your vacation. Okay, so the name of that business that she has is called 10 Vacation Days. So check her out on Instagram. You can find her main page is Denny's Journey, and DenniesJourney. I'll put it in the chat as well, so you guys can actually put that in the chat right now, so you guys can go ahead and give her a follow. And then if you are a woman that has a business that you want to share it, I will be sending it, I'll be sending out a newsletter this month featuring and spotlighting different female entrepreneurs' businesses. So if you have a business, just send me a DM on my personal page or on the Boss Chick Dance Workout page. Doesn't matter when. I'm not giving too many details. Oh, yes. Latoya wants to know, when is the hoodie coming? So I'm rocking a hoodie. If you're tuned in on IG Live or YouTube, you can see my outfit. And you can see I got some new merch on. And I also got the pants to match, and they are joggers. Hello. All my boss chicks have been asking for winter gear. I'm sorry to our South Florida and our Southern boss chicks. Anyone that's not in Florida, everyone that is in Florida, this is not for you, okay? Unless you're just using it indoors in your house and you have the AC on. But everyone who's outside of Florida can benefit from our new merch. It will be released soon. All right. What else? So much going on. See what happens when you skip a week? There's so much information, so many things to share. Next Monday, put it on your calendars. We're doing our free community class for Women's Month. So it'll be a femme-powered theme twerk cardio class next Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, this class will be aired on YouTube, okay? I've been hinting at that we're gonna start to be on YouTube a lot more this year. It's on my vision board to hop onto YouTube. So this free class will be on YouTube, okay? Keep an eye out on my stories for the next week on Boss Chick Dance Workout and on the Simone Sobers page. I will be sending you the details how to sign up for this YouTube class. Okay, and our YouTube name is the same, the Boss Chick Dance Workout. Super easy to find us on YouTube. 6:30 p.m. next Monday, free community class is happening. All right. What else? Okay, yeah, so our next series of talks for Women's Month will be centered around this loose idea of build a boss chick. Okay, so the next 4 sessions that we have, I will be giving tips and insight behind stepping into your light. Okay, that's been a big theme of mine in our boss chick world. It was a theme for our last summit and probably the summit before that. This idea of stepping into your light, that we all have our own personal light to shine, our own personal unique set of gifts to bring to the world. But how do you step into that, right? How do you embrace that? How do you figure out? It's too slow for quality. Okay, so it goes way back, and we're just gonna kind of start from the beginning and move forward with how do we build ourselves into a boss chick, right? And so today I want to start from a super foundational level, because I found over the past 10 years that this is something that I get DM'd a lot, emailed a lot from people who know me, from people who follow me, from people who don't know me at all, and just heard about the Boss Chick Dance Workout business and what I've been doing with it, and just wanting, mostly women, and just wanting insight on how to get started. Okay, that's a big question I've gotten over the past years. It's like, how do you get started in your business? And even as I was mapping this out for this series of talks, I had to check myself, because you would think that initially it would be like, okay, well, what do you want your business to be? What's your business name? Getting an LLC, incorporating your business, trademarking your logo, getting a logo. And so all of that, that's a whole thing too, right? And those are some fundamental beginner steps. But we have to go back prior to that, okay, if I'm being honest. That stuff is level 2, all right? Level 1 is figuring out your purpose, okay? And that's another big question I've gotten a lot in the past years, is like, how do I figure out what my purpose is? And it's such a big question. It's a loaded question. But I found a way to kind of break it down for self, because we have to start there. That's the foundation, because your business is not going to stand, it's not going to progress, it's not going to sustain, it's not going to thrive without purpose. Okay, so I can give you all the concrete business steps from 1 to 10, right? But I would be doing a huge injustice, because there's some things that need to happen before that. And those things are rooted in purpose. Okay, I'm gonna hold that thought right there. I'm gonna jump and put my, I have to plug my computer in, it's dying. Hold on 1 second. You're dying. Okay. Perfect. All right, so you guys got a little bit of entertainment of ocean in the background, giggling and laughing and making noise. Okay. All right. So, as I was saying before, purpose. So let's start there. How do you figure out what your purpose is? All right. So, first question I want you to ask yourself is, what do I enjoy doing? Okay, and you may have heard this stuff before. I'm not rewriting any script. I'm not selling anything new. This is completely free info of things I've learned over the past 10 years. So what do you enjoy doing? Okay, now, once you have that, how can what you enjoy doing. And I don't mean just like, okay, I enjoy long walks on the beach, I enjoy watching scary movies. No. What do you enjoy doing that's an act of service? Okay. And I guess that goes into part 2. Like, what is something that you would do that you wouldn't mind if you weren't paid for? Okay, so for me, that's easy. Let me give it to you guys easily. For me, that's dancing. Okay, and dancers are notorious for working without money, for little to no money. We're known for that across all industries, right? And so, for me, that's dancing, right? Okay, so I write down, I enjoy dancing. So now, part 2 of the question is, how can this act serve others? Okay, because passion is what we love to do. Purpose is how we bring it to the world in service of others. Okay, and this is what sometimes happen. Okay, so that part 2, I need you to put an asterisk next to it because it's so important. Because if you try to build a business strictly off of passion, you're gonna run into some roadblocks. Okay, because it can't just be about you. All right, the you part is there. The you part is, what do you like to do? I like to dance. Okay, that's your self-fulfilling right there. Okay, now to build a business, we have to take it to the next level. How can dancing, for example, how can that be of service to other people? And I would write down, okay, well, I would like to offer dance classes. Okay, so now my passion is serving the community. All right, I have something that can fill a void for someone else, that can serve someone, that can fill someone else up. Okay, so now we got something, right? We have something of substance. But if we leave it at, I just like to dance, you're just going to be dancing around your house, not making any money. Okay, so we take it to the next level. I want to now share my dance with others in an educational setting, whether that be fitness, whether that be teaching at a college, whether that be teaching at a community center. It's now bigger than me. Okay, so those are your first 2 questions. What do I enjoy doing? So much to the point that I wouldn't mind getting paid for it. Okay, what am I that passionate about? What am I passionate about? Question number 2 is, how can I use this passion to serve others? Okay, and from that, you're going to get the meat, the little springboard, the seeds for the foundation of your business. Okay, but I'm going to take it even one more step. Okay, question number 3, and again, you don't have to do any of this now. This could be your home work. Take it home, just write down the questions now, think about it later. Okay, question number 3 is, who am I serving? Okay, or if you took a business class, they would say, who is your target audience? All right, also crucial question to ask yourself, because if you don't know who you're selling to, you're not going to sell. You're going to spend lots of money on marketing to the wrong people, the wrong demographics, and your amazing product, your amazing service is not going to get into the hands of the people that need it, into the hands of the people that want it. Okay, because that's another thing you need to realize. Your service, there's people out there that want it. Okay, and that's as long as it's coming from here and giving something of value, there are people that want what you have. All right, and I need you to write that down and to remember that, because there's going to be a lot of points and a lot of times where you're going to feel like nobody cares if I even stop this business. Is anybody even seeing my product? And that's, again, this could be a year-long series, guys. Like, there's so many aspects to business. But these are the foundational steps, the foundational questions that have to be solid for yourself, because you're going to have to refer back to these when you're not motivated. You're going to have to refer back to this when you're not feeling inspired. You're going to have to refer back to this when things are not going so well, okay? So we have, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? First bullet point, what is my passion? Something I would do without being paid. Feel that deeply about it that I would do it without pay. All right? Bullet point number 2. How can I use this to serve others? Okay? Question number 3. Who is your target audience? The ideal group of people that need to have your service, that need to have your product, whatever it is, the product or service, in their hands, in their lives. You have to be very specific about this, okay? You could write a full page on this, and we'll talk about this next week, because again, so many aspects, but I'm really trying to break it down so that it's beneficial for you all. So who is my target audience? Okay? And then question number 4, this is the final question that will be your little home twerk until we meet again in our next talk next Wednesday, is why am I doing this? Okay, and I need at least 9 answers under there. All right, I mentioned this before in our first podcast about the 9 layers to get to the real answer of a question. Why are you doing this? I'm doing this because I love to dance. Why? Because it makes me feel good in my body. Why? Because I like the serotonin rush and the dopamine rush. Why? Because it picks me up when I'm feeling low. Why? Because, so 9 times I want you to ask yourself why. And you will get to the root of why you're really doing this. Okay? So whether it's a business idea, launching a product, launching a concept, launching a full out, whatever stage you're at, okay? And that's the great thing about this, is that these are tools that, let's say you already had a business now for 20 years. That's great. You can still go back and revisit what I'm talking about here. Because again, these are things that a lot of us skip in the beginning. This is where business school starts, okay? With these basic questions. I didn't even get to what's the name of your business, where is it going to be? Is it going to be brick and mortar, online, e-commerce? We're not even touching that stuff yet, all right? We're laying just the foundation now, foundational questions that you're going to build your business, build your brand, build your best boss chick self into, just based on these questions. Okay, so I hope you wrote all 4 questions down. Next week we're moving on from there. Now here is the little bonus of Boss Chick Radio. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity between now and next Wednesday, so you have a full week to brainstorm, to really think about these questions. If you want to send them in, you could send them in to me, your answers, and I will look over them. And I'll be like, this looks great. Maybe we need some more meat here in question number 3. It's a little shallow. Number 4 is not clear enough. You need to redefine this a little bit better. So I can do that for you, and I'm happy to do that. That's one of my passions. Something that I do for free is mentor people. I really enjoy, especially women. I really enjoy helping women move forward, helping women step into their light, build their brands, build their businesses, just based off of the knowledge and insight that I've, have over the past decade. So I like to share whatever knowledge I have. And then if I don't have it, trust me, I'm not going to pretend that I do. I will refer you to so-and-so or so-and-so over here that I know can connect you and get you together and that goes for anything, okay? I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning, which I love, which is great. Stay teachable, stay teachable, stay teachable. Big tip for business. Never feel, it doesn't matter. 10 years is nothing. Never feel like you got it. Because trust me, everything, we're dealing with humans, okay? And humans are constantly in flux, constantly changing. I used to use Facebook for my ads for 8 years, and then boom, Instagram jumped in the picture, got hot. I had to change with the times. I had to shift over to Instagram ads. And then now TikTok, so you have to stay teachable. You have to stay flexible, okay? That would be one little gem that I'll throw out there before we even get into the super businessy stuff. But just to stay flexible, all right? So those are your 4 questions. Anyone have any questions now in the chat? I would love to answer. And also respond. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. You're very welcome. Yes, definitely, for sure. It's a journey. Know that too, for sure. It is definitely a journey. And, but it's well worth the journey. Doing something you love and having it serve others and profiting. Hello? Who wants to do anything else with their life, right? But it is a journey and it is a process to get there, to do it. And even when you get there, it's still a process and a journey, right? But so thank you guys so much for tuning in. No other questions at this point. Let me check in on YouTube really quickly because I'm also streaming on YouTube. And no, I think we're all good. All right, beautiful boss babes and boss boys. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Maybe we might stay on my page. Because again, Boss Chick Radio is normally on our Boss Chick Dance Workout page. So go give that a follow. We're also on Apple Podcasts. So if you want to come back to this and listen to it in your car, or just when you have, you don't have time to be looking at a screen. We're also on Apple Podcasts under Boss Chick Radio. You guys are amazing. Have an incredible end of your week. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.